Hello everyone, it's Saturday, so let's recap the news that mattered most to me this week. ChatGPT had a buy button, it failed, they completely pulled the plug this week or taken a step back from the buy button. There were two other platforms that made moves as well that made me even matter more. So let's cover what was on this week's Hoot. First and foremost, like I mentioned, ChatGPT pulled their direct checkout inside of ChatGPT, or actually put it on pause, whatever the terminology they want to be using. So basically what happened was 6 months ago, they allowed users, or they allowed companies to integrate a direct checkout from ChatGPT within ChatGPT. So if you're chatting with ChatGPT, you can actually buy directly and it'll check out from Shopify, Etsy, or even your own Stripe account. So that kind of was a great idea at the time, in my opinion. It allows the simplicity of discovery during the chatting period with the ChatGPT, and also have that option to directly purchase the product. I don't think we're ready for it. So what happened was that ChatGPT was maybe a little bit ahead of the game. They didn't completely understand the customer journey. A lot of the customer journey on ChatGPT is discovery, so I'll talk about that in just a second. But ChatGPT and having people, or making people check out, I don't think we're quite there yet. I don't think people are comfortable. I'm not even comfortable checking out on ChatGPT right now. I still like the experience of going on the website, the brand website, and learning a little bit more potentially and building that trust. So I think they rushed it a little bit. I don't think it's completely gone. It'll be right back. It just needs to be paused and really take a look at the customer journey and where they're at when they're chatting with ChatGPT and trying to learn about what their needs is before they go to the brand.com and understand what they are offering as well. So the smarter play, like I wrote in my Who's Weekly Hoop, is the plugin model. The smarter play might be the plugin model anyway. Meet the buyer where the trust already lives, and then layer the intelligence on top. This is how Google's UCP, Universal Commerce Profile, is designed and surface agnostic from the start. So instead of being the one that you go to, we layer it at the one that they're already at. So at the brand.com website, if you have a Shopify website, integrate ChatGPT on top of it so they can actually discover while they're on your website and not have the ChatGPT as a starting point. So very important thing. I'll keep an eye on it. This news is always interesting because ChatGPT usually leads the way on some of these more innovative stuff and working behind the scenes on stuff that we can't even see or have visibility on. This is just one of those simple, not necessarily failure. This is just something that they jumped the gun on and they didn't really, the customers weren't really quite ready yet. But not a failure. It's a good learning experience. I'm excited to see what they do next. But for now, if you are an e-commerce platform and you have a brand.com or Shopify website, go ahead and layer ChatGPT or a chat system. I know Shopify already has a chat system. Layer something a little bit stronger, a little bit more polished, like a ChatGPT or a Gemini or something else that you can integrate to your website, and it's a little bit better than your traditional Shopify chat or whatever they have currently on there. The number two news was Amazon variation review separation is now completely live. So back in January, they announced that we're not going to allow you to use the group chat system, the group review system, So basically you set up a parent ASIN that houses, for example, 3 variations underneath it. So 3 different sizes, 3 different flavors. And every one of those flavors and sizes share this batch of reviews. So when somebody purchases it, they make a review on the lemon lime flavor, for example. So they review the lemon lime and say, this was a great product, 5-star. The grape and the strawberry within that variation, the variation, also gets that 5-star review when they click on the strawberry version or the grape version. So that was kind of a, not necessarily a workaround, but that was a trick or strategy some people use. But now they're stripping that away. Every ASIN is going to have a separate review count level. Hopefully I'm explaining this a little bit easier, but basically what they did was they're going to have every ASIN, so every variation has their own review amount. So if strawberry got bought 10 times and got reviewed 5 times, it's going to show 5 reviews. If lemon lime got bought 100 times and got 80 reviews, that when that variant gets clicked, that's going to show 80 reviews. Strawberry is going to still show the 5 reviews. Lemon lime is going to show the 80. So instead of showing the 80, 85, which is combined, now it's separated. So something to really keep in mind. I think this is the way it's supposed to be. I don't know why they always had the sharing of the reviews. Every product, every variation, every flavor should have its own review count. So this is what Amazon is. It's not fully implemented on every category, so you may see this still happening on Amazon. But I believe by the end of May 31st, it's going to be fully implemented on every category, every product. So keep that in mind. You got to work a little bit harder for reviews now. People are going to see these individual ones, so you're not going to be able to see 100,000 on every single variation on each product review. So my take, the policy is actually for the brand if you're doing it right. So keep that in mind. This is very important. This policy is very good for brands that are doing it right, that have quality products, that have products, every variation within that product is quality. Sellers who gain the variation review inheritance, this is a great way to put it, review inheritance got a reset. So sellers with clean catalogs and strong individual ASIN reviews are the ones that are going to benefit from this. And another small little thing for this one is Rufus. So Rufus they want to improve Rufus experience. So Rufus is Amazon's AI agent. So what they want to do is every single time somebody's searching for a broader category, they don't want to be grabbing these random ones that have these thousands of reviews on one variant and ignoring the other 2. They want to have this experience, I believe, a little bit better. So they had to pull from ASIN level reviews instead of the whole parent level, which includes all 3 of the reviews. I know it's a little confusing, and if you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm very passionate about this. I've been on Amazon for a while now. I've seen people take advantage of the review inheritance. Now we got to regroup. Now we got to re-strategize. We think of the pros and cons of how we're going to attack each specific variant within that group. So I think it's going to improve the quality of the reviews, and it's going to improve the quality of your purchase and shopping experience on Amazon, the way they're doing it. But we have to decide by May 31st. I know from the products I'm working on, some do have it, some still are sharing the reviews. So there's still a little transition period that is happening right now on Amazon regarding the reviews. And number 3, and the last one I want to talk about today, is Meta is testing their AI shopping tool within their platform. So going back to ChatGPT, there's not going to be a checkout button. It's just strictly for intent and discovery. So on March 3rd, which was a few days ago, Meta is testing an AI-powered product discovery tool within its AI browser, which is only for US users. So if you're not in the US, you won't see this. Do product suggestions. It'll return curated images. I'm just reading off this paragraph. Brand information, pricing, merchant links localized within Meta, and they already have kind of their store set up, so they have a lot of the information that the users inputting into their Meta store, so they're grabbing from that. There's still not going to be a native checkout, so it does redirect to your brand.com, which I believe is the best customer journey for now, and it allows Meta to be a discovery tool. It allows Meta to kind of be that source of information that people trust, whether it's influencer video and other materials that they have curated throughout the years of being the platform, social media platform. I want to stress that this is not a transactional. Meta doesn't want to be transactional within their platform. They're pushing this off to the retailer, which I believe is good because you can go to the retailer and do additional research. I know it's not the best from a marketing perspective, but when you push these customers to the retailer website should be the one that adds that final sales pitch, that final trust factor that the customer needs to make that final. This really simple taste is that Meta doesn't need to own the transaction. They don't need to be the checkout. They already have the audience. So this audience is very important. Meta's audience is very strong. It's huge. It can be customized. It can be very intent focused. So if you're running ads on Meta, very interest-based stuff over there that you can kind of customize and mold to the audience that you feel like will work, and be able to kind of have that discovery flow done on social media, so they don't have to go to a ChatGPT. They don't have to go to normal Google search. They're doing it completely on Facebook or Instagram. So for brand owners, this is one service this is one more service where your product content will show up. This is very important. If you have a Meta store, if you have an account on IG, if you have an IG store, go ahead and go clean up those product listings. Let's answer the who this is for, or what your product's for, who it's for, where do you use it, when do you use it. Those questions are going to be very important for their AI systems to be able to grab that information and answer it for the customer. So take a second, go back to your Meta store, go back to your product descriptions on your own website, make sure those are in place. It's your standard GEO that everybody's talking about. If you guys have any questions about that, let me know. But it's here. It's already here. Meta's doing it. Every other social media is going to follow this kind of pattern of being a discovery platform, and we need to be aware of it, take advantage of it. So, and the last thing I just want to read from this paragraph that I wrote is that the platforms fighting to own decision moments are hitting the same lesson this week. Discovery is easy. Meta, ChatGPT, Gemini, all them, the discovery part is very easy. It's a conversation back and forth with the bot. That's where the customers are comfortable with these AI agents right now. Checkout is a completely different business. This is something that requires a little bit of trust, requires a little bit of additional selling, but that is a complete business. That should not be integrated in the discovery quite yet. OpenAI really took a step back from the transactional layer because they ran into some issue and probably didn't hit some of the benchmarks they were wanting. And now OpenAI has competed with Meta, and yeah, they don't even have a transaction, and they already have a store, and they have some data behind how many people are buying from their store, how many people are transacting directly on their store as well, and they still stayed away from it. And the last thing I talked about was Amazon really trying to tighten up their Rufus, tighten up their trust layer on a product level instead of a whole variation level. So for me, the answer hasn't really changed. You've got to clean up your catalog, make sure the structure is good, make sure you're answering the who, where, when you're using your product, and not your traditional what. You still want to answer the what this product is. Obviously, that's very important, and why people should use it. Those two are always been used interchangeably right now for the SEO world. But for the GEO world, you got to answer who this product is for, where it should be used, when it should be used. If you can answer all 5 of those, what, why, where, who, and when, you're going to be ahead of a lot of people that are not cleaning up their product catalog or anything like that. So those are the top 3 news. If you guys haven't subscribed to my Who's Weekly Who, it's on my LinkedIn profile. So give it a follow and read about this every Friday. I send it out. So hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll see you guys next week.